Hello everyone, welcome to the Sandwich Commission Disability Meeting. This meeting will be recorded and provided to Sandwich Community TV for future viewing. I'd like to call the meeting to order. Today is September 3rd, 5 p.m. Meeting is being held remotely in accordance with the state laws and regulations, most recently Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2025 and Section 20 of Chapter 20 of the Acts of 2021. This meeting will be available on demand on their website. We have enabled the AI companion in an attempt to make the recording more accessible and provide a transcript. And we will start, and I believe there's if you didn't hear, Meg is running her own AI note-taking as well, although it'll impact anything on the recording end. So on that note, I will start with a roll call. Meg Keek.
Present.
Tom Jellison.
Present.
Joanne Levers.
I don't see her.
I don't either. Lisa Judelson.
I'm here. Thank you.
Joseph Feiner, that's myself. I am here. Alexander Beaudry.
Not here.
I can see her. I don't hear her. Julia Wright.
Not here.
I don't see her. I don't hear her. Shauna DeSanti.
She said she couldn't come. She might be late.
Billy Trapasso.
I'm here, and I figured it out. The Wi-Fi was not on my iPad, so that was a problem. So I'm good now.
Nice
That'll
try.
do it. Jean Cullen.
Here.
And I didn't see our new member on the online site. Have we confirmed?
Stephanie, have you been
you've
sworn?
done the...
Hi. Yeah, so at the select board meeting last time, they weren't able to put me on the agenda in time. So their next meeting is September 11th. And I'm on the agenda for that.
So you can participate, but you can't vote. So we're welcome to have your participation.
Okay. Let me just double check the numbers with that change. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We still have 6 with a current number of 11. We are good.
Perfect.
Dom, could you do the honors with your flag?
Mhm.
Meg, would you like to lead it?
Oh, sure. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, is this where I start? So, so we're gonna go into meeting minutes. Joe, were you able to look at and figure out what happened with the meeting minutes that Taylor was talking about? If you're talking, you're muted.
Yep, that'll happen when you're running 2 Zooms at once. Yes, I did speak with them, or I emailed them. They did send me the Word document. They didn't edit for our request, so I will need to edit it. And as soon as I do, I will send it over. So the delay is not on us; it's on them.
Thank you for clarification.
Yep, as soon as I just received that, maybe, let me see. It was like August 28th, I think. They sent it to me, so I just haven't had a chance to sit down and parse that, but I'll get it done and send it in with the August minutes, presuming they get approved shortly.
Awesome. Thank you. Can you just change Janine's name so she has a name so people know who she is?
Oh, yep.
Thanks.
Was everybody able to read the August minutes? Or
I did.
okay. And is there any, or do we want to make a motion? Does someone want to make a motion to approve the minutes?
I will. It's Kelly. I make a motion to approve the August minutes.
I second.
Dom seconding. And is there any discussion? around the meeting minutes. All right. Do you want to do the roll call vote, Joe?
Sure. Let me just copy it over from my board for here. All right, so approval of the August minutes as written. Do a roll call vote. Meg Egan,
Here, yes. Approved. Sorry, not paying attention.
Tom Jellison,
Yes.
Joanne Lepers, absent. Lisa Judelson,
Yes.
Joseph Klein, that's myself, yes. Alexander Beaudry, or absent. Julie Wright, or absent. Shonda DeSanti, or absent. Kelly Trapasso,
Approve.
and Janine Pellin.
Yes.
All right, then the minutes passed.
All right. So, this has to do with business, but before we get into business, I'm just gonna read some stuff here. Give me a second. I like to remind, everyone here, the public, about, and, everyone else, what our job is here that we do. So, MGL Chapter 40, Section 8J states, such commission shall 1. Research local problems of people with disabilities. 2. Advise and assist municipal officials and employees in ensuring compliance with state and federal laws and regulations that affect people with disabilities. 3. Coordinate or carry out programs designed to meet the problems of people with disabilities in coordination with programs of the Massachusetts Office on Disability. 4. Review, make recommendations about policies, procedures, services, activities, and facilities of departments, boards, and agencies of said city or town as they affect people with disabilities. 5. Provide information, referrals, guidance, and technical assistance to individuals, public agencies, businesses, and organizations on all matters pertaining to disability. 6. Coordinate activities of other local groups organized for similar purposes. The next section that I'm going to read is from the Massachusetts Attorney General's Open Meeting Law Guide that offers a clear statement of purpose of open meeting law. Quote, the purpose of open meeting law is to ensure transparency in the deliberations on which public policy is based. Because the democratic process depends on public having knowledge about the considerations underlying governmental actions, the open meeting law requires, with some exceptions, that meetings of public bodies be open to the public. It also seeks to balance the public's interest in witnessing the deliberations of public officials with the government's need to manage operations efficiently. So why does the Commission on Disability, why must we discuss ADA compliance? The law that gives the Commission on Disability, the law gives the Commission on Disability a clear mandate. Under MGL Chapter 40, Section 8, our duties include researching local disability issues, advising municipal officials to ensure compliance with state and federal laws, reviewing policy and services that affect people with disabilities, and providing guidance to the community. To do any of this well, we need to understand ADA Title II and other disability laws, and understand how the ADA coordinator is carrying out those responsibilities, because their role is the linchpin of local ADA compliance. At the same time, the open meeting law reminds us why these conversations must be public. Transparency is the foundation of trust in government. The Attorney General's guide says it plainly. The public has a right to know the considerations underlying government action. If ADA compliance and the ADA coordinator's responsibility, like handling complaints, posting notices, or ensuring accessible playgrounds, aren't discussed in the open, then the community is left in the dark about how disability rights are being upheld or not. Title II of the ADA sets specific administrative requirements every town must meet. appointing an ADA coordinator, publishing a notice of non-discrimination, and establishing a grievance procedure. These aren't optional. They are the baseline protections to ensure people with disabilities can participate fully in municipal life. Ad hominem. Ad hominem attack occurs when someone attempts to dismiss or discredit an argument by attacking the person making it rather than addressing the substance of the argument itself. In my experience, ad hominem remarks are often used when an individual does not or chooses not to respond to the merits of the argument presented. Instead of engaging with the issue, the focus is shifted to a personal criticism. Over time, I have come to view such tactics as a backhanded compliment, an indication that the argument itself is strong enough that the only response offered to it is to attack the individual diverting it. This commission will not accept, tolerate, or accommodate ad hominem attacks in its meeting. While it is appropriate to examine qualifications of an ADA coordinator or any of the rules, the town's responsibility and whether obligations are being met or not, it is not appropriate to make personal attacks on anyone's character. By talking openly about the ADA coordinator's role and other Title II protections, we fulfill our duty as commission to research, advise, and guide. We uphold transparency, showing the community how disability rights are being addressed. We ensure the town is meeting their legal obligation under Title II, which protects both residents and the municipality. Any attempts to block, estoppel, or punish COD members carrying out their lawful duties could be seen as retaliation against people with disabilities and people advocating for disability rights. Retaliation is prohibited under the ADA. This could open the town to additional civil rights complaints and personal liability for officials. What we're going to talk about next, Ian's not here, which we can still talk, is that section of the ADA. The link was provided. It talks about the ADA coordinator, the ADA notice, the grievance procedure, which are the administrative requirements under Title II. And this is from the ADA toolkit. The toolkit also provides a checklist that you can see in the link. This checklist lists the materials and information needed to assess compliance with these administrative requirements. Those things that are listed are a copy of the written job description for an ADA coordinator. That does not exist in this town. Information about the procedures followed by the ADA coordinator to ensure compliance with the ADA, how complaints are processed, and other tasks performed by the ADA coordinator that are also in the toolkit. A copy of the written ADA notices used by the state and local governments and all the places they are published and what formats they are published in. And a copy of the written ADA grievance procedure used by the state and local governments and all the places that it is published and which formats. As it is our duty spelled out by law to assess the compliance with these administrative requirements, I suggest that we request these documents from the town so that we can do our job. But I'm happy to go over any part of Title II at this time. Should we go through Title II? Does anybody have any specific questions? And if there's someone who's not a commission member, if they would like to speak, if you could ask me directly.
Just to make something clear, we're not in trouble again, right?
No, I don't think we're the ones in trouble, to be honest.
Okay.
Has anybody been able to read Title II of the ADA or taken a look at it?
Yeah, I have.
I have too.
And it's, that is what protects us. And our job is to see how that's being upheld here. Does anybody have any objection to that? To doing our job? Okay. Do we want to go over, I'll just briefly, I'm gonna click on the link and I'm gonna go over some of the things here. So in order to have an ADA coordinator, you need to have over 50 employees, which I'm pretty sure we do since we have an ADA coordinator. And it talks about a section here about the what an effective ADA coordinator looks like. The regulations require state and local governments with 50 or more employees to designate an employee responsible for coordinating compliance with ADA requirements. Here are some of the qualifications that help an ADA coordinator be more effective. Familiarity with the state and local government structure, activities, and employees. Knowledge of the ADA and the laws addressing the rights of people with disabilities, such as Section 5 of the Rehabilitation Act 29 USC, whatever that little thing means, 790. I could paste that in the chat if someone needs it. Experience with people with broad range of disabilities. Knowledge of various alternative formats and alternative technologies that enable people with disabilities to communicate, participate, and perform tasks. Ability to cooperatively with local governments and be able to work cooperatively with local governments and people with disabilities. Familiarity with local disability advocacy groups and disability groups. Skills and training in negotiation and mediation and organization and analytical skills. The other part of this, which I'll go over quickly, is the ADA, the notice of ADA's provisions. The second administrative requirement is providing public notice about the ADA. There are three main considerations for this notice. Who is the target audience for the ADA notice? What information shall the notice include? And where and how should the notice be provided? And then it talks about the target audience. So it has examples of target audiences here. A recipient that receives social services, food stamps, or financial assistance provided by state and local government. An applicant of a public library card. A public transit user. A person who uses a county recreation center. A grandmother attending her grandchild's high school graduation in a city park. A member or citizen of an advisory committee, a recipient of a grant from the state or local government, a citizen who wants to participate in a board of selectmen meeting, a person adopting a dog from the local animal shelter. Then it goes on to talk about what is included. And we can look at this next time in more detail because it's in a different section.
Excuse me, Meg, may I just interject?
Sure.
I think I just got a notice that it's being transcribed for AI companion.
Yes,
I think that's that's not allowed under open meeting.
it is. They use it all the time. I asked Bud.
Okay.
And it's being transcribed so that it can be given to people who are deaf.
Okay.
Got it. Alex, do you know what part of open meeting law that would violate?
I am not sure. I just thought that we were told that it was.
When
So
we wanted to record it before, they said no, but now it's widely used, and so they've said yes. I've asked specifically because it got used a couple times at the school, and I reached out about it, and Bud said that's being used all the time now.
okay.
Thanks for bringing up the concern.
Yeah, because Meg, I got a quick question. The town, what they used is not accessible to the deaf.
There just isn't a way to, so there's no transcript.
Okay.
Not really sure if there's closed captions. There's actually a whole thing where we could probably bring someone in to talk about how to make Zoom meetings accessible. I would hope that we could invite people from boards and commissions, because every single meeting that happens should be accessible under the ADA. And so the ADA coordinator is one of those people that is tasked with teaching all the people who put on Zoom meetings or any other meeting how to do that. So we
Okay.
could ask Ian if he would be able to do that, if he had the ability to. So the notice under the Americans with Disability Act created by the Department of Justice is a one-page document, and it has brief statements about employment, effective communication, which is something we should probably talk in depth here about, making reasonable modifications to policies and programs, and not placing any surcharges on modifications or auxiliary aids and services, and filing complaints. The other thing, how and where the notice should be provided. So it's an obligation of the head of the public entity. I'm not sure if that's the Board of Selectmen or the town manager or both. The most effective way of providing it to the public about their rights and publishing and publicizing provided on an ongoing basis whenever necessary. They should use the radio, the newspaper, the television, emailings, republish and rebroadcast the notices periodically. Of course, now they should use social media as well. So some of the ways to provide notice, this ADA notice to interested persons included in the notice with job applications, publish the notice periodically in the newspapers, put it on the radio, on the website, should be posted at, this says all facilities, including the notice in program handbooks, activity schedules, announce the notice at meetings of programs, services, and activities, and publish the notice as a legal notice in newspapers, and post the notice in bus shelters or other public transit stops. Then it talks about how this information, the information must be presented so that it is accessible to all. Therefore, it must be available in alternative formats, and they list some of those formats. So if VoiceOver doesn't work, they could give us a book recording, an audio recording of our agenda if they wanted. Radio announcements, large print, braille, use of a qualified sign language interpreter at meetings, open or closed caption, public service announcements on television, word processing format on computer or disk or CD or thumb drive, HTML format on accessible websites, and advertisements and publications with large print versions. Then it goes into the grievance procedure. So our grievance procedure was, I just checked the website last night, was updated in December of 2024. It still does not have the current information on it. So I think that we should have the town send us a copy of that and review it. And then it talks about common complaint filing. They have to, on that grievance notice, they have a bunch of things that they have to have in. The complaint under 2 may be filed with the government entity. If a written complaint is required, a statement of notifying the complaint and alternative means of filing may be available to people with disabilities who require such alternative. Description of timeframes and the processes that will be followed, and how to appeal, and a statement of how long the files will be retained, sorry.
Hey, Meg?
Yeah.
You just, a little bit ago, you reminded me about the closed captioning. I did check. Closed captioning is available in this meeting for users to turn on. We also have the ability to enforce it, meaning require it to show. It's
Perfect.
live caption, so it's not, they call it closed captioning, but it is live caption, so it's done via Zoom's whatever. It's not going to be perfect.
Right.
Something to consider if we want to enforce it or just allow it.
Cool. And I think that's something that we should discuss under the effective communication. The real caption, like YouTube makes captions, Zoom makes captions, like you said, it's like it's not perfect. You need an actual certified caption person to do that. I think if that we do years ago, we put in place a sign language interpreter way to do one. Dom and I went down to talk to Heather about it and to give her feedback, which she didn't want. But so this is just the administrative portion of this. Does anybody have any questions on it? So what I would anybody like to make a motion to request the information that's on the checklist for what we are required to, or what we are supposed to have in order to see if the town is in compliance. Does anyone want to make a motion on that? So that we can ask them for the information to do our job?
I'll make a motion to request material for compliance from the town.
I
Is there-
second.
Any discussion? Do you want to take a roll call vote, Joe?
Yep, one moment. Let me just pull over my list. I get it all. So I just want to make sure we have it right. Motion to request, was it checklist? Or
Yeah,
the
so
items
there's
in the
a-
checklist?
Yeah, the items in the checklist for the,
Can you quickly review those again? Because I've,
yep,
Mhm.
let me go back to the checklist. Hold on, I gotta have my notes. All right, materials and this is quote. Materials and information needed to assess compliance with these administrative requirements. You will need a copy of the written job description for the ADA coordinator. So I've already requested this. It doesn't exist. So what I would request is that we ask for a job description. Like if they don't have one, that we create one. Does anybody have an issue with that?
Hey, May, it's Shane
Shane?
from the Board of Selectmen.
Yeah, we're in the
Yeah, I just
middle of
have-
we're in the middle of a motion, Shane. If you could just hold off until we close the motion, I'd appreciate it. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Joe.
All right.
Did you have something, Joe?
Nope, I was just making sure you read the checklist and making sure that we had the motion correct. And it, just still not totally clear. We're going to request the items in the checklist. Where exactly is that checklist so I can make sure I have that reference available when I make the
So
request?
it's in the ADA best practices toolkit for state and local governments. I can send it to you again.
Yeah, no, I have it open. I can't find a checklist, and maybe they list it as something else. So I have chapter 2 open, designating the ADA coordinator.
Sure, I'll put it in the chat. Can you see it there? The only, and I guess we can amend.
So I have that. Oh, okay, it's a different link. I got it now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You got it. The only amendment that I might make, and someone has to make this other than me, is because there is no job description for the ADA coordinator confirmed by the town manager, that we request they produce one. Does somebody want to make that amendment to that motion, that in that first checklist we add to them to provide one? Because it doesn't exist.
I'll make the motion to provide the job description for the ADA coordinator. Is that correct or?
Yep. Is there a second to make that amendment?
It's Kelly. I second it.
Thanks, Kelly. And
Okay.
then, so in that first list, we're just changing that first bullet point. We're just changing to request them to produce one because there isn't one.
So what we're voting on is a request to the town for the items listed in the ADA checklist with the addition of a specific request for the ADA coordinator's job description. Meg,
To
you got it?
produce one. Because there isn't one. Does that make sense? I just want to make sure that part is clear.
I haven't looked, so I don't know. I would
No,
think a request to ask for it, and if they don't have it, to develop it.
I've already requested for it, and the town manager has let me, as the chair of the Commission on Disability, know that it does not exist. So we do know that it does not exist. It's been confirmed by the town manager. So Janine made a motion and Kelly seconded for that to be part of the request, that we ask them to make it. They can always come back and ask questions, or figure out. They can ask their ADA coordinator what his job is.
No motion to request the items in the ADA checklist via the link we had in the agenda and develop a job description and provide that to the COD. Meg
Yep.
Keegan,
Yes.
John Jellison,
Yes,
Joanne Lepers. I think it's still absent. I haven't looked.
She's not here.
Lisa Judelson,
You're muted, Lisa.
pause. We'll come back to Lisa in a minute. You are muted if you didn't hear that before. Joseph Sonier, vote yes. Alexander Beaudry,
I'm gonna abstain, thank you.
Julie Wright,
Not here.
Shonda DeSanti, haven't seen her
Not here.
join. Kelly Trapasso,
Yes.
and Janine Cohen.
Yes,
Okay.
Oh, Lisa's unmuted.
Sorry about that. I had a little situation. Um,
We're just looking for a yay or an A or an abstain.
I'll abstain, please.
3, 4, 5. So that is only 5.
So we need more than half. Do we have more than half?
I do not believe so, no.
How many people do we have?
I believe 11?
No, not out of 11, out of the people here.
Oh, out of the people here,
I believe you
Yes.
only had
we
2.
have a majority. Yep.
So it passes. Awesome. All right. Shane, did you have something you wanted to say?
No, it was pertaining to what you guys were taking on, but since it's been voted on, I'll hold my comments.
Thank you. All right, getting back to the agenda. Give me a second. All right. So that gets through the first part of the business. You're up next, Shane. Do you have an update for us?
Yeah.
As your liaison?
Yeah. So, I mean, I would be remiss if I didn't, kind of share some of my concerns. That it feels like, some of these meetings, the last one and this one in particular, I'm hearing a lot of words used, such as compliance, grievance, and I think it's, getting the group bogged down in, job descriptions and, the town. I think that, how the Board of Selectmen use the Commission on Disability as an advisory board is that we're looking for, opportunities to be identified, so that the town can, assist in, resolving these issues, so that we can become more accessible for, everybody in town. I know that there's some friction, as of late, between, here and I know that everybody is aware of it and knows about it, and we're trying to, work our way through it. But I really, would just encourage everybody to, that we're all going to try and, work together in a positive manner to, make changes in the town that are positive for everybody. And that, we're here to support you guys. The answer is, a lot of, I shouldn't say a lot of times we're going to try and get you the yes answer as many times as we can. But in instances where we can't do it immediately, it is on our radar and we are tracking these things. I just want everybody to be aware, that we do take these, things that you guys bring up, seriously, that we do look into them, and that we're doing the best job that we can. And, we appreciate everybody's, involvement and commitment and, time commitment, as well to this group.
Thank you so much, Shane. All right. So the variance, anything else? Does anybody have any comments on what Shane said? Sounds to me like he wants to work with us to make sure they're in compliance. Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah, I think that's all we're looking for is just to work together.
Mm-hmm. Anyone else? So I put out the variance guidelines. What I would like to do, because Ian is the building commissioner, is to have him look at that, because while the Title II is the ADA coordinator's job, the variance has to do a lot with the building commissioner. But we need to, once he looks over that and gives us something back, we should take a look at that. Did anybody look at the what I sent out and have any questions about that? What I wanted to do is start a template so they didn't have to start from scratch. I know how busy Ian is. Anybody? No. So once he takes a look at that, he can give us more of a draft with his opinion, and then we can give him feedback. Does that sound good? All right. The ADA monthly calendar items. I do believe that this month is Deaf Awareness Month. Would we like to make a motion to advise the town to make a post about that? Or something else, if someone knows something else that's going
Was that
on?
on the calendar that we already gave them? Excuse me.
I believe so. If it wasn't, then it should be, but I think it is.
Okay. And then, but didn't we make a motion that they post a couple of things from that each month?
Yeah, did
We
we
just
hear
don't-
back? Did we hear back from them, Joe?
I'd have to check my emails, but I think I would like to make that motion that we request specifically a posting about Deaf Awareness Month. I think it's important that we review the calendar and provide that guidance so that they're not left, in the open. So I would make that motion.
Is there a second? Dom, a second. And is there any further discussion? All right. If you want to take a roll call vote.
Absolutely. One moment for me to copy the list over. All right. Motion to request the town post the Deaf Awareness Month on social media. Meg Egan,
Yes.
Tom Jellison,
Oh,
Tom,
here
I
we
didn't
go,
hear
John.
you.
Dom, I can't talk. Yep, he's trying.
Yes,
Joanne Levers. See her. Lisa Judelson.
Yes.
Joseph Sonia, myself, yes. Alexander Beaudry.
Yes.
Julia Wright. Haven't seen her. Anna DeSanti, I haven't seen her. Heather Chapasso.
Yes.
And Janine Cullen.
Yes.
Great. That passes. I will make that email. Thank you.
Awesome. Next agenda item is Sandwich Fest. I know that Joanne Lovers is working on that. We did reach out. The town asked for $100. They said certainly. They also offered if there's any vendors that they can order stuff from to do that. Does anybody have any particular ideas about what they want at our table? I would just send those to Joanne. If you do, we can talk about them too if you want. But each person here, has a different perspective on disability. And Don, please feel free to send anything in you might, because you have a different perspective as well. We'd be happy to include that.
Is there a way to, sorry, is there a way to know what the choices are from the vendors? Like, I don't even know what.
I can ask Joanne to reach out to Heather, or Joe, if you can just shoot her an email to say, like, what are the things, like, is it pens or what is it? I think also like copying materials and stuff like that is probably, so if you have flyers or whatnot, they can print those. But I'd love to have some swag. There's some of the things I saw at the event is Magic Mirror. It's like you can rent them. They have like a frame, and so you can have like a disability frame and then have your picture taken. I asked them if it was able to angle down for wheelchair accessibility. They said yes. So I didn't know if that was something that we wanted to look into or ask for, because it'd be kind of cool. People come over and take selfies and stuff. And it's a local business. Or if anybody else has any other ideas.
I don't know how much they are, but I know there are glasses that you can have that simulate different eye disorders.
So Deaf Inc. has those because they deal with deafblind.
Mhm.
Do you want to reach out to Deaf Inc. in Hyannis and see if they're available, and maybe even they could?
Sure.
That would be great. I
Mhm.
know you're gonna bring your dog. Janine, are you gonna bring your dog?
Yeah, I can bring my dog, sure.
Is it
Perfect.
October 4th?
Yeah, 4th or the 5th.
Yeah, I can no longer come that day, but I'm happy to provide that handout I have and call Deaf Inc. for sure.
So if anybody has any ideas, there can't be like a back and forth, but you can send information to Joanne Levers because and if you don't have her information, just ask. Yeah, I did send her the magic mirror one. I can reach out to Heather about that.
And Lisa, if you have trouble with the glasses, I could ask my mobility trainer.
Okay.
Did you guys have people that do education around blindness that like could have props that they could bring?
I
I
can
have a
talk
couple.
to my mobility trainer and see. I know she has some things. She would maybe lend them to us.
I won't be able to be there, but if I can teach someone in the meantime, we used to do this thing where you have to turn on an iPad or an iPhone, you turn on the accessibility features and they cannot touch the iPad and they have to take a selfie. So you say these different words until you figure out the right words in order to take a selfie without actually touching the iPad, which I always thought was fun. A little fun game to play. So that I'm happy to donate an iPad for the day, and turn on the accessibility features to watch people figure it out. That's quite fun.
What's the date again? Is it the 3rd or the 5th?
Jane, do you know what the date is?
The 5th.
The 5th. Alex does.
It's Sunday, the 5th.
Oh, let me look. Yes. Sunday.
Oh, I might be.
Wait, it may actually be the 4th. Let me look at my calendar. I'm sorry. It is the 4th.
Yep,
Yes,
Saturday.
it's the 4th. Yep,
Okay.
Saturday.
I'll be in Vermont on Dog Mountain. All right. Anybody else? Please just reach out to Joanne. She really does want to have some ideas, so please give some to her.
And just to add to that, I know you mentioned the contact, but people aren't aware. If you go to the onboard site from the Commission on Disabilities main page, you can get her email. All of our emails, actually.
Oh, that's right. Can you throw that in? Actually, probably not best to throw it in the chat, but can you email that link out to everyone?
Sure.
Awesome. It's on the Commission on Disability website, but you have to get through all the Zoom stuff first. They've like expanded all the Zoom stuff and it's completely in the way of all the other information. I think it used to just be a link. The website page will be on a agenda item for a different day. Not dying on that hill today. All right. Any other discussion about that? Hold on, let me bring my interested members. So Dawn is here. We are at our max of 11. Is there anyone that for some reason might want to step down? Just putting it out there, not making any pressure going on here. I can reach out to the people that aren't here. I don't think anybody's interested, but if there's anyone here, that'd be great to let us know.
Yes. So I am going to have to step down. This is Alex speaking. My caseload is very, very large this year. And I just had a bunch of kids move into the districts that I work in. who are very complex and have a lot of needs. So I added about 20 hours a week to my workload. So I just cannot do it right now, but I would like to return at some point in time. But I have 4 full-time Braille learners now, so it's a lot of work.
That's pretty awesome. I do have to say, great success on your business and very proud of you.
Thank you. Yep, 4 full-time Braille learners, 4 AAC device users, and I have 8 English as a second language. So
Killing
I am really, I'm in it. So I am gonna have to step down for this year, but hopefully next school year I'll be able to come back.
All right, we would love to have you back. I think that are you resigning as of right now?
So I have to do it in writing, and so I did get that information. So I plan on, in theory, having time on Monday to go in and do that.
Lisa didn't have to.
It can be via email as well, but I'm going to deliver a letter.
Lisa, last time you stepped down, you did it here in the meeting, correct? And you got that approved by Taylor?
It is okay. If you are here and you are stepping down, then the commission can reorganize to fill that seat.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm still going to submit it in writing because I asked the town and they asked me to submit it in writing. So I will still submit it in writing, at least via email. But yes, I am going to step down for now, and then we will see what comes in the future.
Awesome. Thanks, Alex.
Thank you, everyone, too.
So Don, if you want to tell us about yourself, and then we can add you to the next agenda.
Sure. Hi, everybody. My name is Don Royer. I am a resident of Sandwich. Been here for about 12 or 13 years or so. I'm a wheelchair user. I have a neurological condition called Friedreich's ataxia. You probably never heard of it, and you never will again. It's pretty rare. But I'm interested in joining the commission. Just basically, I want to help make a difference, right? I mean, like, I've been different things around town that I've seen or that I've tried to access. For me, in my condition, is this stuff is not very accessible. I know everybody has different things that they're dealing with, but for me, in general, there are several things in our little town that are inaccessible for me. So I'm hoping that just getting on here and learning a little bit about the commission, and then hopefully I can add to it at some point.
That's awesome. Thank you so much for stepping up and volunteering your time to do that. We really appreciate additional perspectives here, and we want to make as many people's voices heard so that we can advise appropriately.
Meg, can I make one comment?
Sure.
To clarify. So when I stepped down as chairperson and we reorganized around that, and then you became chairperson, Alex we can reorganize around vice chair. But if you are relinquishing your seat, then yes, that does have to be in writing. But because I hadn't relinquished my seat, that was the reason why I could do it without the writing. So I think that Don, the seat won't open until Alex does that in writing, and then Don can perhaps next meeting we can have him come. And Don, I'm very happy to have your perspective on the commission. Thank you.
Alex, would you want to relinquish as vice chair so we can redetermine that or whatever it is that?
Yes, that is fine. I can relinquish my seat as vice chair. And I do know, I mean, I asked, so I do know that I have to do it in writing to just leave the commission entirely, which I will send an email to Joe when that is done.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Would anybody like to nominate Kelly as vice chair? Who's
I'll
gonna
nominate Kelly.
Well, second.
I'll second. Yeah, Kelly, that's you want to be vice chair? We just have to ask Kelly first.
Yeah, I'll do
Okay.
it. I mean, if there's anybody else who wants to do it, I understand. But if it's open, I'll do it.
Great.
Excellent.
Awesome. So there's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Go ahead, Joe. Take it away.
All right, we'll do a roll call vote on Kelly Paso as the vice chair. Mike Egan,
Yes.
Tom Jellison,
Yes.
Joanne Lovehers. I still don't see her. Lisa
Yes.
Judelson.
Yes.
I had two yeses. Who else just said yes?
Oh, it was Lisa said yes. I don't know.
Okay. Joseph Sonia, it's myself. I vote yes. Amanda Beaudry,
Yes.
Julie Wright. Don't see her. John Visanti. Nope. Kelly Paso.
Yes.
That would be odd. Kenny Cullen.
Yes.
All right, that motion passes. Congratulations, Kelly.
Yay, Kelly.
Thank you.
I'm so excited. All right. Is there any other issues that the commission wants to bring up under not anticipated by me? Our next meeting dates are October 1st, my birthday, November 5th, and December 3rd. Anybody have any issues with those dates? If you do, let us know. We just have to make sure we have quorum.
And past that, it would still be the first Wednesday at 5 p.m. as planned. I think we usually vote
What's-
on that in July.
What is January's date? Hold on, let me look.
January's date. Great
So it's
question.
the 7th. It's the 7th, so it's fine. We always check that one. Just as long as it's not the 1st or something.
Yeah.
All right, is there a motion to close the meeting?
I'll do it. My last time. I motion to close the meeting.
Is there a second?
Second.
Second.
It won't be your last time. You'll be back.
I'm gonna be back. Yeah, I'll be back.
Dom seconds. And I don't think we need a vote for this. So everybody have
No.
a great day. Meeting adjourned.
A good one. I'll be stopping the recording and terminating the meeting. Good night.
Thank you.